starting now.
And welcome back to another episode of Barbershop Talk Like This. I'm your host, Trey the Barber.
And this your other host, Dice the Barber.
Kush in the building as always.
And today in the building, we got my man, my homie, actor Mr. Kwame Patterson. What up, bro?
What's good, Kwame?
Back in the house with us. Kwame was on the show when we first started back in the day.
And I wasn't on that
Yes,
episode.
he was.
Nah.
I said, yes, he was.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I said I wasn't on that episode.
What's up, man? How you feeling this morning, bro?
Good, brother. You know what I'm saying? Glad to be back.
All right. Well, first of all, you know, we always start our show off by saying thank you to God for waking us up this morning, allowing each and every last one of us to be here, and to continue to bless each and every last one of us in our endeavors and everything that we do in life. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Second thing we do, everybody know we kick our show off with a shot. So today we sipping on tequila. Salud.
I don't love her no more.
Yeah.
What's up, man? How everybody doing this morning?
Everything is great.
Excellent.
Real quick, I do want to say today our show is being brought to you by Be More Blunts. Be More Blunt. All flour, no shake.
No shake.
No shake.
You know what I'm saying?
We also
No
being brought
stems,
to you
no
by
sticks, no seeds.
Genius Pipes. You know what I'm saying? This shit is dope. You know, put it in your pocket, take it wherever you gotta go. You can blaze up, and you ain't gotta have no mess and no glass pipes and all that. And also, too, we are being brought to you by Local Cannabis Company.
Yeah, we all weed over here. You know, this is a Cali thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The
listen,
Emerald Cup winner for Mixed Life. Right?
let's get
Now
it.
that we got that out the way, man. Oh, also too, real quick, man. Earlier this week, my neighbor above me, he suddenly passed away. He was a real cool dude. I just met him a few weeks ago, hung out with him a couple times, man. So I just want to say rest in peace to him, and you know, my deepest condolences to his brother Egypt and their family.
Amen.
Rest in peace, bro.
Damn.
So what's up, man? How everybody doing this morning?
Man, the playoffs
Everything's
are,
good,
man.
Everything's
Blessed.
good. Everything is good. The playoffs are starting. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you know what I mean? Even though you from Baltimore, you know, y'all got DC in the playoffs.
You know, but I'm a Celtics fan.
Oh, you're a Celtics. Oh,
You a
yeah.
Celtics fan.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
it's gonna be
Nigga just
rough.
gonna
It
throw
looked
a team on
good.
you.
It looked good in the
Yeah, the first half looked great yesterday.
So right now, when people see this, this is the day after the Celtics' first game, so we don't know how it's gonna go by the time y'all see this.
We
but
know how it's gonna go.
but after that, but listen, y'all look good in the first half, and then after that second half came, they just came out and just started
hitting
putting
shots.
it together. They
Yeah,
look like
they
the
just
all-star
started hitting
team.
shots.
They got three.
Kyrie needed to just really be the point guard and just run everybody.
Nah,
Like,
James
this nigga-
Harden is
They
the
got
point on
three
that team.
powerhouses.
Yeah.
There's no way we're gonna beat them.
Yeah, Kyrie is a beast.
And I'd rather see them against the Lakers anyway, because I feel like that's gonna be the best matchup. You know
So
what
the
I'm saying?
Lakers,
like powerhouse
do
against
you
powerhouse.
really believe the Lakers are gonna get out the West though?
Hell yeah.
My Knicks is in there though.
I say this: if
Excuse me?
if
What?
everybody's healthy, if everybody stays healthy, like if LeBron don't have no setbacks, 80, yeah, I think they can get out the West.
My Knicks is up in there though.
They only
nigga.
where they at because
Why
LeBron
does
was
this nigga
hurt.
keep
Yeah,
talking
I mean,
about
I
the
agree with
Knicks?
you on all of that.
You know what I'm saying?
I
I got my Ewings
with the
on
injuries
today,
and they
goddamn
foot
nigga,
injuries
let's go.
going through the playoffs, and it seemed like the last two games LeBron done re-aggravated
Right.
the foot shit, and you
He
know
be
how
alright.
that go.
Yeah, so
Be
that's why I
alright.
said we'll see. That's what it's gonna be.
I
based on.
agree.
I do have a question though. Why does this nigga keep talking about the Knicks? Or,
I don't
mean,
know.
Like
I don't know.
I mean,
but what we're
okay,
supposed
I'm
to
gonna
do?
tell you like this.
Listen,
Hold
haven't
on,
been-
real quick.
You know when your dog,
I'ma give you some respect.
You just
Listen.
don't look at it. That
Hold
when
on.
he bring up
I'm
the
gonna give
Knicks,
you
you're
some
not supposed
respect.
to look
I'm
at them.
gonna give you some respect. They in the playoffs. You
Number
know what I'm
4 in the
saying?
East.
I can understand how that feels when your team ain't hit the playoffs in a while.
Number 4 in the East.
When,
I mean,
when your
we got
team
home
ain't been in the
court.
playoffs for a while and now they're there. So
We ain't been there in 7 years. So
Them
nigga,
niggas
I
ain't
gotta
been
say
there in
something.
ever.
I'm gonna stop hating and
I
I'm
took
gonna
the
say
4 off that
congratulations.
shit.
Good looking.
Congratulations. Now, however,
Your
them
Clippers and
motherfuckers are
Lakers
still
is
gonna
in
be at
there.
home in a couple weeks. But
Your
I will
Clippers
say
and
this.
Lakers is
I
in there.
will
This
say
nigga like the
this.
Clippers and the Lakers.
I
like.
wanted to see your New York Knicks against them, the Brooklyn Nets, and if they get through this
If
first
we get through
round,
this first round,
y'all get to see. And I
we could beat
actually
them.
think that
We could beat them. We gave them problems all year.
I agree with the giving them problems all year. I do agree with that. I watched a couple of them games.
What you laughing
and they
at,
was
Quan?
chippy as fuck. but come playoff time. Come
Come over here
playoff time.
laughing and shit. Look at this nigga. Like,
Did
come
you
on,
see
man.
yesterday when they was talking about the Nets playoff experience?
Hey, That's just a true fan, though. He said we gave him problems all year, but he didn't say we won any of the games or the matchups.
Nah, they just we played them tough though. We played them tough though. We only lost by 4.
We gave the Nets problems in the first half. We only how it turned out. So I'm like, that shit.
We only lost by 4 in all 4 games, nigga.
Listen, nigga. All right. Okay.
We was
Now-
within striking distance, nigga.
Anyway,
Let's get into Kwame. Now, Kwame,
No homo.
Kwame is the star of the second season of David Makes Man, which is coming up. It's coming on in June, right?
Yep, June 22nd.
June 22nd.
Man,
so
that
make sure
joint-
on the OWN network. So make sure everybody tune into that, man.
that's a great show.
Yeah.
That's a great show. Like, I seen the season 1, and the way them actors was in season 1, man, they bodied that. So for you to be on season 2, I just can't wait to see what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because you are actually playing
Older David.
The
Older
Real-
David.
Okay, so can we give them a brief synopsis of the show for people who haven't seen the show?
Thank you.
So the show is basically about this young kid in the first season, played by Kelly McDowell, playing younger David. And so he grows up in the project, super smart kid, getting bussed out to one of those like magnet schools.
Gotcha.
And he's trying to navigate between his different personalities, while growing up as a young man, also trying to be the man of the house, you know, at a young age.
Gotcha.
Right.
And so now season 2 now follows older David, now as an adult, which is played by me. And now I'm successful. I done moved out the projects. I got a nice job. I'm working for a real estate investment firm. And I think that I've put all my trauma and challenges from my youth behind me until I realized that I haven't, and things start to spiral out of control.
But what's so crazy about this role is that it seems like, with me personally knowing you and where you come from, it seemed like it fits you perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a smart kid coming from the hood and growing up, you know, to be the man that you are right now. So like what do you got to say about that? You think it kind of fits you a little bit?
Nah, I appreciate that. I definitely, there's definitely aspects of it that fits me. Because I know one thing, like with the David character, he's an introvert, you know, and I'm an introvert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hold a lot of my emotions or things in. You know what I'm saying? I don't really express them, you know, like I should. You know, I'm getting better at that. But he does that a lot. So I think a lot of that, and then like you say, growing up, you know, in rough areas and stuff like that, and I think those a lot of similarities. Now, I never went to a magnet school.
Right.
Wish I would have.
Right,
but
right.
hey, at the same time,
I can tell.
you know, I don't change anything.
I never even heard of it. Me growing up, bro, like, I never even heard of a magnet school. Like, so
I never heard of it either.
it was like private school or
Yeah.
just public school.
Yeah, I went to. We had our whole inner city school system in Kansas City was magnet school. So in middle school, I went to like a math and science magnet.
Okay,
Then when I got to high school, I went to a performing arts magnet school.
Okay.
Yeah, so in season 1, you know, he's talking to like his father mentor, but you know, like the ghost of him.
Sky,
Yeah, Sky. So you know, he really looks up to Sky, and Sky's son, you know, like, he really got love for David at the same time. And you know, the same struggles, you know, a lot of black families have is that, you know, they growing up, their mom is struggling to take care of him. He got his little brother, he got to run to take him to school and be to school at the same time. You know, like, he's really going through a lot. So me personally, I love the series. I can't wait to see where they're gonna take it in season 2.
I want to say this, you know, because Kwame is my man. A lot of times they say we don't give people their flowers while they're here. You know, Kwame, I just want to let you know personally, bro, I am extremely proud of you, man. I've seen the growth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I want to get into a little of your backstory, because I do like to give people inspiration and knowledge and things of that nature. And to me, your story is truly inspirational. You know what I'm saying? Coming from where you came from, your background, and then just God actually sending you a blessing and just throwing you into acting and just putting this in your path, because, you know, from my understanding, it was never like your dream or your goal or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, I just want to say, man, I'm truly proud of you, brother.
Thank you, my brother.
Flowers given right now, early. So people don't know, but you played in The Wire with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
And he.
Oh, I was gonna say, but we didn't play in the same season.
No, yeah, exactly. But you guys were both on the show,
Yeah.
so the connection with David Makes Man, and with Michael B. Jordan and you know, I think that's kind of crazy that y'all, you know, circle back around.
Yeah.
Once again, and it's, you know, it's under Oprah's production company as well.
Yeah, no, it's dope.
Let's rewind a little bit and let's give the people a little bit of back about your background. You know what I'm saying? Coming up in Be More. You know what I'm saying? What was it like? What was you doing at the time when this whole acting thing first came in, you know what I'm saying, to perspective?
So when the wire stuff came along, I was doing telecommunication installation, you know, at that time. And so that was one of those things where I had, you know, seen friends and stuff on the show previously. You know, they had 1 or 2 lines here, and you'd be like, oh, snap, that's such and such. You know how you do when you see somebody. Right. Like, oh, man, and they, you know, they playing like the nosy neighbor. They playing like the, you know, somebody on the block. And they had like one line. And I was like, man, that'd be cool to do. So an opportunity came about for me to audition for 2 lines. I was like, oh, I want to do that. Because I was always like, oh, that'd be something cool to tell my kids one day. You know? You know, even though I don't have no kids, but at that time I thought I would have kids by now. So I was like, oh, it'd be cool to tell that Pops was on such.
Never too late, brother. Never too late.
I know, right? Exactly.
But tell them how that opportunity came about.
So, you know, The Wire would always use real people from the streets,
right?
And so, growing up in B-More, you know, I still lived around Park Heights. You know what I'm saying? I still lived in the hood. So they would shoot in the neighborhood sometimes, and so you would get, you know, PAs or people sometimes, they'd be like, hey, are you an actor, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, nah. And they was like, you know, you should audition for a part on this show. And so that's how the opportunity came about. And then I just had to submit my stuff to casting. And then I got the call to come in and audition. And it was literally 2 lines, no character name. It was like Lieutenant Number 1. And I was excited. I was like, oh, cool. But I also was like, yeah, but I'm also like, I ain't gonna work this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so I barely even like studied it. I memorized the 2 lines, like, okay, cool, that's 2 lines. You know, I ain't put no like real work into it. Let me just keep it 100. You know, I've never taken an acting class in my life at that time.
You was like, I'm just gonna be me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be me. Went in, did it, got it. Was like, okay, cool, excited, calling, telling everybody, all, you know, all the homies like, oh shit, you gonna be on The Wire. I'm like, yeah, bro. So do my scene, go do my work, my role. Jamie Hector, who's now one of my brothers, one of my closest friends, he says to me when I'm done, he says, yo, they're going to bring you back. I was like, nah, I'm just here for the, you know, this one scene. He said, Joe, trust me. You know, I ain't know him at that time. So I'm just like, this nigga just talking. Like, so like, yo, you know, I keep it moving. I get a phone call 2 weeks later. They was like, how would you like to be a regular character of the show? And then I got the character named Monk and became Marlowe's lieutenant. And
everybody know
Monk. Yeah. Like you turned into the hitman, nigga. He was like, that nigga was a straight goon. Like, that's crazy, because they probably saw that and was like, they probably seen the ratings and was like, yo, we need to bring this motherfucker back. Like, he's going to be a perfect character for this shit. You know, and from there, that's where it all started at.
That's dope.
Yep. I moved to LA and took my first acting class, and then.
And now he's been on everything.
Let me. So when you got that and they said you was gonna be a regular character, did they like hook you up with like an acting coach and be like, all right, so you need to learn how to do this?
Did you not hear him just say, I moved to LA and took my first acting class?
He said, I'm talking about during the filming of The Wire.
Listen, keyword is first. Acting class.
All right, I just asked, did they hook him up with a coach while he was there?
That's a valid question.
Yeah, I know. Trey's a
not when you
dickhead.
Just answered it. Listen, not when you just gave the answer.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Shit,
nah, they wanted me to
be. Like, 2 + 2 is 4.
Yeah, keep it real.
What you saying is,
keep it real.
how is
was that a valid question or not?
It's a valid question, because what I was gonna say is, then you're a brother from the neighborhood, and now you're walking in the table reads with professional actors and shit, and you had to do the table reads with all of them and shit, right?
Yeah.
So when you go into that, it's what do you sit down and you look around the table and you just like, you know what I'm saying? How intimidating or not was it when you sat down to do that?
It wasn't that wasn't intimidating, because again, like the thing was like they just wanted me to be me.
Right.
So it was easy to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
So the only time when I got nervous is the first time that I shot. Was that when I had those 2 scenes, those two lines, is because I had never been on set before.
Right.
So that was the nervous, like, okay, don't mess up. I know it's only 2 lines, but don't mess up. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't mess up, don't mess this up, do what you're supposed to do. Right. And so once I got past that, then it was like, good. Oh, I just need to be me. Now, the nerves reset once I got to LA and started taking acting class and realized that I actually didn't know how to act. Right. like I'm telling you, bro, when I tell you I was so green, I was in an audition one time and the casting director said, he said, man, you got good instincts. He said, but you lack technique. And I looked at him and I was like, what's technique? And this dude looked at me like, how the hell did this dude just come off the wire?
Right, and don't know what technique.
Because a lot of people didn't understand.
They didn't know your backstory.
Right. Yeah, like Snoop and even like Michael K. Williams. Like, people don't realize, like he was a guest star character that they turned into one of the hottest characters on the show.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was the same thing with Jaleel White. Jaleel White was a guest star before it became his show. Like, I didn't even know that until like after the show and people started. I was like, I thought the show was his from the beginning. I never knew he was just a guest. But
there was a whole year without him of that show.
Yeah, see, I didn't even realize that. That's what I'm saying.
It didn't matter before that.
Right.
So it's those kind of things like that people don't realize. So I get it. The cast director thinking like I'm some scholar actor and stuff, and I'm just like, nah, bro. So
It's like you come from 2 lines, come back 2 weeks later. Now you got a trailer.
Right. Exactly. I was in a honey wagon the first time. I was like about this big and stuff, like a jail cell. Touch the walls and stuff. Wasn't no bathroom in there.
You come back later, like you got a trailer. It say Kwame Patterson. You know what I mean? You like, oh shit.
Now I got my character name on the door and stuff.
Now he's the star of the show, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's been a blessing.
Look, how is the treatment different for the star of the show?
Facts. I want to know
versus the other roles and characters that you played.
I mean, just all the attention is on you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like every single bit of attention.
Did they call you Mr. Patterson?
No.
Mr. Patterson, you need it on set, sir.
Nah. I mean, I'm quite sure if I'd have asked him to do that, but I'm too laid back for that.
Yeah. Kwame cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
M&M's before I say any of my lines today.
Like, do you need anything? Do you need anything to eat, drink? Bring me a hoagie.
Did you have a what's the list?
Rider. You had a rider going in.
You had a rider.
No. My trailer got to be loaded.
You didn't want all blue M&Ms and shit like nigga. Don't bring me no fucking red M&Ms. You know what I'm saying?
Every day.
The only thing I asked for, because I was, which I still am going through my healthy, I was losing a lot of weight. Because when I was on Snowfall before this, like I was 226 pounds.
Bro.
By the time I started doing David Makes Man, I dropped down to 195. So when you go in a trailer, they got a basket full of like all kind of stuff. So I was like, y'all got to take this out the trailer. Like I said, can y'all fill this with fruit?
Right.
And just keep water in here.
Look,
so that way.
Kwame is a savage, man. Because listen, I remember like during quarantine, he started this diet shit. This nigga doing no sugar. This nigga doing fucking like eating at certain times of the day, fasting diet. I'm like, nigga, you a beast, bro. Because I wouldn't be able to do that shit, nigga. Like this nigga's like truly disciplined on that shit.
Nah, I was laughing at you when we talked the other day at his trailer joint. And I was saying, when I saw you on the Snowfall joint, it looked like 2 U's.
I
was like, dog, that looked like fam, but nah, from here down, it don't look like fam. But yo,
man, look, I remember when he got Snowfall, I was excited. I'm like,
me
too,
bro.
I said, listen, Kwame, I ain't never asked you for shit. All I ask is that you bring me down on set when y'all shooting. He was like, bet, I got you. And then fucking COVID hits. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And COVID changed it. COVID changed everything for your character on the show because, I remember, you were supposed to be on all 10 episodes. And then you got David Makes Man. Yeah. And so, before they went back to shoot, Kwame like, I did look just like the character.
Okay, so
wait. Just like his character, Kwame was like, I won't be back tomorrow.
So let's talk about that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like let's talk about Snowfall because we already going into it. So it's like tell the people who your character was and everything that you basically had to do for Snowfall. We can kind of take it from there.
So Snowfall, I played a character named Lerp, which was Franklin's like security. So he was like an ex-military dude. You know what I'm saying? That he brought on for extra protection. Mm-hmm. And so, they keep me with him all the time. So wherever he goes, I go. And the character was supposed to, get deeper and deeper into the business with Franklin as the show went on, and as y'all see how things popped off. Yeah, I would have been a part of a lot of that. Yeah, but
he was like, "This is too much killing going on."
Right, you know what I'm saying. But unfortunately, like
I ain't signed up for this shit.
No, not unfortunately. Fortunately,
well, fortunately, fortunately, when COVID happened. Well, the reason I say unfortunately, now I'm gonna say unfortunately. I'm gonna say unfortunately because had COVID not happened, I would have been able to finish all 10 episodes, and I still would have did David Makes Man. That wouldn't affect it. It just did.
It slowed everything down.
Yeah, what happened was they started back at the same time.
Right.
David Makes Man always was going to shoot in October. You know what I'm saying? So I would have been done with Snowfall in May.
Right.
We'd been done. We started shooting in January.
Right.
We'd have been done in May. So I'd have been way done.
And there was no way to split that time.
And so it was
we'll
no way.
fly
So
you
when-
back and forth.
But I will
because of COVID.
But listen,
And I'm playing number one on Davis. I'm literally working every day.
but listen. But looking at Snowfall, the way that you went out, you didn't die.
Yeah.
So like it's left open just in case they want to write you back in there and you come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then that's always a plus too.
And the funny thing is, I've actually had that conversation. You know what I'm saying, with the showrunner and stuff. So
Right.
so we'll see. And again, that's also based off of David Makes Man getting picked up for season 3 and the scheduling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Again. But yeah, that original scene that y'all see in Snowfall, that last scene for me wasn't originally written.
Okay.
Because
they had to write you out.
So when we never finished all of episode 3. So when they started back in October, I had 3 weeks before I was leaving. So they had me come in. We had already told them what was going on. So they had me come in, finish out what we had to finish in episode 3, and then they wrote that scene in episode 4. Because it was a completely different scene, but they had to change it. But they wrote it, like you say, to leave it open. In case.
And the
Look,
thing
when
is,
I seen that scene, I was looking like, yeah, that's my haircut.
from just knowing how things work in Hollywood, us being around a lot of shit like that, that's why they keep a lot of writers on set and stuff like that to modify certain things and switch shit around and all that too.
Low key though, now that you was able to get back, because you said when you did the Snowfall joint, you was bigger because you was coming off of the injury and you wasn't in shape and all of that shit. Now you back in shape. You gonna have to go back to being out of shape to go back to doing Snowfall. You got to gain that weight back.
No,
they'll fluff you up.
Yeah.
Nah, because you got to realize there's time passed.
Yeah, time done passed
So-
like a motherfucker.
So you play it as like we don't know where Lurk went to.
Yeah.
And then he came back. Now
Cut to the mother.
Right, Lurk went to
As far as they know, he could have went and became a
Nigga been in
UFC
the gym.
fighter or a goddamn
Right.
boxer. He came back, nigga. I'm really
They
ready
gotta
to
do
fuck
the
some shit up.
montage
What's
and
up?
shit.
Right, exactly. So the only time they'll do stuff like that, like if it's like if that's the description or crucial to the character, you know what I'm saying? Like Lurk, like however I would have came in is how
He was gonna be.
he was gonna be.
Oh, okay.
If I'd have came in
Okay.
like this, that's how he was gonna be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
that was a straight offer. Like, and I had auditioned for Snowfall had numerous times throughout the years. But the showrunner had always said, man, he said, when I find a purple role, I want to just get you on this joint. So it just so happened
That was
I had just got finished having back surgery and definitely wasn't ready. But when you get a phone call and they like, listen, and you ain't even got an audition,
Right.
And they
Right.
like, hey, we offering you 10 episodes. You like, how do you
Listen,
turn
nigga,
This
that?
nigga had
don't.
a real, like,
You don't.
he had a real back surgery. That nigga called me up one day. He's like, hey, can you come over here and get this cup of water and hand it to me?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this: the next time they doing casting for Snowfall, I'm auditioning for a thug role, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying.
listen,
I'm gonna
why
try.
not?
What?
Listen, I'm gonna stop hating. I said I'm gonna stop hating on Dice. This is what I said internally. I'm gonna stop hating on Dice.
Nigga, like if it can happen to Quan,
It's
why
fun,
can't it
though.
happen with
I-
me?
It can't.
Like, it's
100%.
fun to
I
hate
agree
on
with
Dice.
you, Trey.
It's
Stop
fun.
hating on
I'ma
Dice,
stop
dog.
hating on Dice.
It's like, listen, if it can happen with Quan, why can't it happen with me? Like we out here, why not go try?
I don't disagree with the
You
go.
know what I mean, we already act. We shoot videos and shit, nigga. We already act.
Let me hear your best Cali accent.
Hey, Cook. What the fuck going on, Cook? You know what I'm saying, bro?
You
I ain't
gotta
playing that
proceed,
shit
no.
around here.
Around
You ain't playing that shit around
Pronounce
here.
all the letters in
I'm
every
ready to come
word.
around here and fuck shit up, bro.
You gotta be from. You can't be from Jersey if you on Snowfall.
Nah, nigga, I can switch it up.
Although they might have.
Hey, listen, Cut. Listen, Cut. Nah, I mean, I switch that shit up, bro. You know what I'm saying? With my
Now you gotta
legs
say,
squat.
homie.
Hey, homie.
Homie.
Hey,
Yeah,
homie.
I don't
Where you?
know.
What set you from, homie? Yeah.
Listen,
But the funny
that's
part
actually
is,
pretty decent. I ain't
not
no
bad.
front. It's
Nah,
actually
it
pretty
was
decent.
it was really good. But the funny part is that if you watch Snowfall, a lot
It
of
ain't
char-
hardcore
Yeah,
Cali
they don't
accent.
see it.
Yeah, they don't really focus
Yeah.
on it. You only got certain characters, and usually those characters are the characters that are actually from LA.
Right. Yeah,
You know
what's
what
the
I'm saying?
name?
A lot of them cast is not from LA.
What-
Yeah.
The Afro cat.
Yeah, even him, he don't really do it.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the dude who daughter got and wife got killed and they ended up killing. What's his name?
Stacy.
Yeah. He from LA, right? Yeah. So you can hear his shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
His name ain't Stacy, man.
That nigga will forever be Stacy. I
I
don't care what he
understand,
name.
but you got to get a man his props. You know,
Oh
give
no, I
him his
did
real
no
name.
disrespect to the brother, but
that's why I
dog,
said
the most
DeAndre.
classic DeAndre. But yeah, come on, dog. You know him as Stacy. He beat old boy up on the damn fence. Come on, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
That
Stacy.
legendary
That's a
joint.
legendary role, dog.
I had Cash DMing me talking about something. Yo, I can't believe Monk left Franklin like that. And like, I'm like, it's hilarious because I'm gonna forever be Monk, even though the character name is Lurk.
Right.
But The Wire is such
Two
legendary
different-
stuff. People be like, they ain't even say Lurk. I can't believe Monk left him like.
But yeah, that's legendary character though.
And my man that plays Franklin on the show, what's his name? Damson
Idris.
Damson Idris. Look, it's hilarious. Listen, because he does a great LA accent. But when that nigga gets mad on the show, you can always hear the fucking the London accent. Nigga. Hey, that shit be cracking me the fuck up, low. He need a coach to teach him how to yell like a real
Dub
nigga.
C was his
go ahead.
coach. Dub C was his coach, right?
I know,
His
yeah.
speech coach.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Dub C so cool too. Shout out to Dub C.
One of the coolest.
I'm gonna tell you something about Damson though. I'm gonna tell you like I gained a whole new respect for him as an actor because when like he was already dope watching the show, but when you actually there, you know, working with somebody,
Right.
and you there, you like, yo, like he really is. You know, he walks with that cane,
Right.
So he does that all day long. When I tell you whether he going to the bathroom,
I was gonna
whether
ask
he
you that.
going to eat lunch, he does not stop limping with that cane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of actors.
He stay with his voice too?
Now they gonna walk regular.
Do he stay with his voice
Yup,
as well?
he stay in his voice. He does
Stay in character.
He does not talk to his British accent until we're rap for the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When we rap for the day and people going to their trailers, then he'll change. You know, and then
They
he not
call
walking
that
with the
they
cane.
call that something in the acting
It's
world.
like method.
Method.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a method acting, like
right.
you know, really staying in it. But yeah, like I was really impressed. You know what I'm saying? That he literally stayed in it the entire time and never is out.
So like even if y'all not shooting and he's talking to you and y'all just having like a regular conversation,
He's staying.
He still
get up with that cane
and
and
he still
everything.
got his cane. Like, and so if we go walk off somewhere to chop it up, he's limping with that cane.
Yeah, he put
He
the
don't-
cane
he don't
down
put
at
the
the
cane down and
he
walk
put the
regular.
cane down at the end of the episode though of the last
Right,
season.
yeah,
So-
that Kaiser
so,
Sose.
yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. Jamie Foxx is a good method actor
Oh,
too.
yeah, Jamie Foxx is a monster.
You know, like he gets all up into his shit.
Jamie
But tell her, you know, because you had another show that was on Crackle, right?
Oh,
yes, the oath.
The oath.
Neckbone.
Yeah,
Neckbone was Neckbone was
Yo, that was a
savage.
good-
Did
yo,
you
that was
watch-
a-
did you watch
I
the
didn't
Oath?
watch it, but
man, that was a good show
Hey,
too.
boy, that
Like
nigga was a
was good.
savage. That nigga was into killing kids. That nigga didn't give a fuck.
Listen.
Like,
so wait, because the new joint.
all y'all niggas
ain't
turn
as
your goddamn
savage.
phones off, put them on silent. The fuck is going on?
yeah, but
Fuck is you talking
the
to?
next
That's
guest
your
is in
phone.
the back, you know what I'm saying?
That's your phone.
That'd be
That's
funny
not
if
my
it-
shit.
That'd be
Yeah,
funny if it is.
none-
It's
my
his
phone,
phone.
my phone don't sound nothing like that. I know the sounds on my phone. That was his
straight
shit.
Oh, okay, it wasn't mine. That's why I was like,
Mine
you was
joint on
looking
silent,
up.
so
Right,
mine
I'm like,
Mine's on silent too.
I got an Apple.
The fuck?
Mine's on silent too.
But yeah, but yo, you know, like that was a great show too. Like, you know, Kwame been doing his damn thing out
Quan,
here,
why
man.
you
Like,
always be the goons though? You be the silent goon, except for the new show. But
Right.
before that, you
Actually,
you-
no,
Listen,
no.
you
Listen.
listen.
So like, when you,
Quam had a movie out. It came out in
Oh, the
2019. No, not that one. I'm gonna get in that one too.
Okay.
But the Outpost.
Oh, the Outpost. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He played the military joint.
oh yeah,
okay.
yeah. Man, this
He played like
a
a
Kwame and everything.
Captain,
Captain,
General.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
you were in the military,
Yeah.
so that was
Yeah, that was my first military movie. So
okay.
You've been blessed with a lot of things that kind of, you know, relate to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like that's dope. So it kind of makes it, even though you got to act, but it kind of makes it easy for you to
Definitely.
get into those roles
Yeah,
and shit.
Definitely tap into like, you know, those spaces because you draw from your past, you know,
Right.
a lot of times to help create these characters. So yeah, like you say, it definitely helps, you know, having those things.
now it was funny seeing you in Barb and Star. That was a comedy that just came out earlier this year. It was actually supposed to come out in the theaters last year. But it got, you know, due to COVID, it got pushed back to this year. However, it was funny because Quan played this bartender. Now, it's funny because I remember when they were showing the trailers in the theater, they made my nigga look hella sus. I called that nigga up soon that movie was over. I said, yo, I said, you playing like a gay bartender or something? And they was like, no, nigga. I said, boy, they made your shit look hella sus in that trailer. But nah, shit was actually funny as fuck. I watched the movie myself, and it was just funny to see Kwame in a different, you know what I'm saying, a different character. It wasn't, the gangster, the tough guy.
That's what I was about to say.
It was a fun guy, nigga. Like, you finished that shit already? You know what I'm saying?
Because you get to choose now. You're getting to a space where you're getting to choose. You're not, you know what I'm saying? You're not just auditioning. People are calling you. So are you looking for different types of roles now?
It's a combination of both. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still auditioning.
Okay.
I got to put an audition on tape later on today.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm still auditioning. But I'm getting more phone calls now than I was before. Because before it was all auditions.
Right.
And then, I'm saying no phone calls. Now it's, it's a combination of both. And then hopefully once this show drops, even more phone calls will start to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Do you find yourself when you're getting ready for these roles? Do you find yourself like in the mirror, going over your lines, looking at yourself?
Yeah,
type shit.
Yep.
Isn't that a must?
Yeah.
You got to do that?
No, you don't have to.
You got to do that,
no.
but it's
and actually, a lot of acting teachers will tell you not to do your lines in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a firm believer is like everything doesn't work for everybody, and so you got to find what works for you. So for me, it works. You know what I'm saying? So like when I'm testing out like maybe little hand movements or things I want to do. I like to see what it looks like. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because when you auditioning, you can't see yourself.
Right.
Right.
Just like I'm talking to you, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't see unless I look down in my hands. So but if I done worked it out in the mirror and I kind of know like, okay,
this is
it's like, or sometimes we talk with our hands too much.
Right.
So I might be like, okay, I'm moving my hands too much. Let me figure out some other placement for my hands. Let me figure out this. Let me figure out my eye line. So that's what the mirror helps me. Okay. So when I go into a room and audition, you know what I'm saying? I have those things.
Do you ever like look at yourself, when you're acting and stuff like that, like in your head or after the scene, do you kind of be like, yo, I'm really doing this shit?
Oh yeah. I think we all have moments where you're like, yo, I just killed that. I just bodied that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we had those moments where you like,
damn, could I have done that better?
Yeah, I could have did that better. Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think, as artists in anything, whether it's music, because I'm, you know what I'm saying? You doing music. I'm quite sure you had a show or something where you was like, yo, I just bodied this show. And you had a show, you probably like,
it was okay.
It was all right. It was cool. Yeah. So I think that's just.
So I think, like with David Makes Man, like, was there moments after you shot some scenes and was like, yo, I really took it to another level right there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Especially like I have a lot of emotional stuff in this show. So, and going deeper than I've ever gone as a character and even as a person, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like there's times where I would hit emotional points, and then literally when they say cut, I couldn't stop the tears from coming down because I went so deep to where they needed me to go that even though like me and you, I'll be having a conversation just like how we talking regular, but the tears would still just keep coming. Right. So it wasn't even like I was just over on the side like boohooing. It was just I just couldn't stop the tears. So it was like all this built up emotion, pent up that was in me was bringing out. But those were some of those times where I'm like, man, I just
now was it hard? Because it's kind of hard to make yourself cry on camera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you figured out when you found out how to do it, was you like, damn, nigga, I just made myself cry. Like I never thought I'd be able to do some shit like that. But
it took me years to figure it out. And I mean, I was going to class and they tell you how to do it. But
right.
Like I say, everybody can't just tap right into it.
Right. Because you got to find a place to make you cry.
Exactly. Yeah. You think like a lot of times I'll use like my aunt, I'll use my cousin. I got certain people I'll use. To help bring those things.
Emotions up.
Yeah, because that's what they teach you. And so in the beginning, it was trying to figure out how to do that. How to tap into those. Because a lot of times we try
that's
to.
not a safe.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and if you don't have anything to take it could kind of be like what I would think. Right. Is what I'm saying is like, okay, what if my daughter died? You know what I mean? Like or what if my son or my mom died? You know what I mean? You trying to put yourself in that situation maybe, and that could kind of bring it out. Like, is that a,
Yeah, I don't do that, but
no, I'm saying.
Well, yeah, you can do, yes, definitely. You definitely do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I say, everybody figured out what works. You know what I'm saying? And so once I figured out what worked, now it's easy for me to tap into those, which helped me. But this show made me go deeper and, you know, emotionally that I've ever gone, because even just me as a man, I don't express my emotions like that.
Right.
You know, and we talk about it a lot on the show about like the mental health and like therapy, which is like, and one of the things like I'll say now is like that we don't realize as black men, from the time we are young, we are conditioned to hold our, you know, emotions in. Even when your mom is beating you, what does she say to you? Stop crying.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Who, you get what I'm saying? And we don't think about it as a kid. You think it's normal, but when you think about it as an adult, you're like, I'm physically getting punished, man,
Afflicted
on me, and somebody's telling me to stop crying. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you, as you grow up, you continue to do that. You scrape your knee on the ground. Are you good? You all right? Get up, stop crying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You blood gushing out your knee, but they telling you cry. You know, whether it's your mom or whether it's your brother, your cousin, whoever, and you do that. So as you get older, you know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of times, you know, a lot of us as black men, we don't express our feelings. We keep everything in. We don't cry when we watching movies. You know what I'm saying? We don't cry unless it's death. Right. That's literally the only time I cry is when it's death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't
And
cry
it
when
gotta
I'm
be
watching
somebody
movies.
close to you after a while.
Yeah.
If it ain't somebody close, you just even death
Right,
don't even bring
yeah,
it back.
exactly.
It gotta be close.
Exactly.
It's healthy to cry though.
It
It's
is.
very-
It
I
is.
I figured that out.
My
It's
son
healthy to
screams
cry.
that at me all the time. When my son the other night he got hit in the mouth in practice and literally ran off the floor, and I'm helping coaching. I see him run off the floor, and I'm doing that. Stop crying,
Right.
toughen up. And he literally looked at me. He was like, "Dad, it hurts." And I was like, "You know what? You right."
And it's
You
crazy.
right.
So like when you finally tap into those, you know, emotions or whatever, it's like I can let it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you always held it in. So now it's like, all right, this is the time for me to let it out. I'm gonna let it out anytime. I'm gonna let it out right the fuck now.
And it worked out perfect for the character. And I think that's, like I say, a lot of those times where I couldn't stop the tears because it was all that built up, pent up emotion that I never let out was finally just coming out, flowing and freeing. It was just like, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm literally talking to the director, to Kyle. I'm like, yo, Kyle, I can't stop crying. He was like, it's okay, brother, take your time. And I'm literally just tears just coming down. I'm wiping my
Next
eyes.
scene, hurry up, he crying. He can't stop. Let's go.
Catch all the tears.
I wish somebody had
right
to send
now.
me that video. I'd have called you.
Listen, you want to know what? Hey, listen,
So this show been
watch season
therapeutic,
2 and you
low-key.
gonna see that shit. So
I know.
This show been low key kind of therapeutic then, because
Yes,
you've been working out some things that you ain't even know you had.
But
to
the
work
thing
out.
is too, like it's like to get a call to be on the show, you know, produced by Oprah and them. Like how'd that feel? You know what I'm saying?
It
Like
was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, like,
I would say what my mind is first.
yeah, it was amazing when originally my character was supposed to be like the flashbacks or flash forwards to
Right.
younger David.
right.
So not only to get a call that they decided that we want to make you the lead for this season, like that was like, bruh, like you don't even understand.
Man.
Like again, that's one of them times had I'd already done a show like David Makes Man. When I got that call, I would have cried.
Man.
You know,
Right.
I didn't cry because I hadn't opened up these emotions yet, but I was excited and I yelled and I called everybody and
Right.
was just excited.
And look, and that's another
I remember
that's
we had
another
that
that's another thing you could
conversation.
use. You could be like that call that I got to do this show.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We break the cries out for this shit.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, I realized how therapeutic the show was because my friend Gabrielle Dennis, another dope actress, right? When I got done with David Makes Man, I got back to LA, and I had other people, like I say, prior to this, you know, like I say again, prior to me shooting the show, like congratulating me, just how proud of they are and blah blah blah. And again, you know, I'm just like, thank you, I appreciate it. But now, you know, I didn't went through this therapeutic stuff with David Makes Man. I had this conversation with Gab, and she starts talking the same thing. By the time we got off the phone, I was crying, and it hit me, and I was like, man, this is literally the first time I've cried. You know what I'm saying? Like just like freely and didn't feel like weak or didn't
Right,
feel,
right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
You didn't hear that voice in your head like, stop that punk ass
exactly.
bitch.
Right.
You a man, nigga, you a man.
And it was because of the show, man. The show just like really
Opened
made
you
me
up.
get in touch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I was just like, that's a beautiful thing. And it also made me even think about, you know, going to therapy, you know what I'm saying? Because again, there's a lot of issues from my past that I know that I have in me that, again, as a community, a lot of times we don't consider therapy. It's not a first choice. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to my mom and my grandma, my homies. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
We
gonna talk
taught
to.
to get over
and a lot
that
of
shit,
times,
man.
yeah,
Just get over that
your
shit.
homies, your people going through the same thing, so they really can't give you the best advice. But we don't know that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Who would you?
I
I got a few questions before we wrap up. Who would you like to work with? Like,
definitely Denzel,
Okay.
Meryl Streep.
Okay.
Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
That's some real acting right there. Them two.
From How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh,
The chick,
Director?
the girl that plays on there.
Dang, I can't think of her name right now either.
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis. There you
Yeah,
go.
right.
Definitely Viola Davis. Yeah.
all right. That's
We're
what-
sorry, Viola. We are all wrong for having
we
to
are
take
so
that
sorry.
long.
It's the
to mention
tequila.
your
It's the
name.
tequila.
My grandmama named Viola. I should have known that just off the rip.
All right, and let's see. Okay, if you could choose a love interest to play opposite of you, who would you like that to be? Like a wife or a girlfriend, a mistress, whatever the fuck. Just
Love interest. That's a. I mean, so I gotta take it old school, bro. I'm gonna still go with Gabrielle Union, bro.
okay.
Gabrielle Union still gorgeous.
I want
You know
to
what I'm
shit.
saying? Yeah.
I would be with Zoe Saldana.
All right, so real quick, let's get into some hot seat
Wasn't
questions.
talking about you, nigga.
I know. I just had to add it in. Nigga.
We don't care about you, nigga.
Look,
It's like, nah, fuck with
let's get into a couple hot seat questions. Hot seat questions are questions that we ask, just kind of make you think a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, top 5 R&B groups of all times.
Jodeci, Boyz II Men, Silk, Troop.
Ah, that's a throwback we haven't heard.
Nigga showing his age.
He ain't though.
Dang.
No old school.
Blackstreet.
Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, okay. And I know Kwame is a boxer. Nigga be in there in the gym boxing and shit. So if you had to fight somebody, I'm not even gonna go with the Muhammad Ali and Tyson. That's we always do that. I'm gonna say if you had to fight 3 rounds, would you fight Sugar Ray Leonard?
Or Jake Paul. It's like, nah.
No, Sugar Ray Leonard
Jake Paul.
or Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Sugar Ray Leonard. Marvin had it hit like a fucking stone, bro.
Nigga.
Yeah.
All right.
Sugar Ray Leonard, you just got to worry about
right.
speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't really.
And, all right, and here's another one that we used to ask.
I got one real quick.
Go ahead.
If you was to smash one of these people in their prime, I know it's gonna sound fucked up, but would it be Felicia Rashad or Cicely Tyson?
Bro, you tripping.
Yeah, that's so easy. That's so easy.
I'm not even.
That's so easy.
Nigga, I mean, you
First
can.
of all, I'm not even answering that question because both of them are like legendary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Felicia Rashad plays on my show, so
I know.
Word, you get to work.
I'm
next
talking
to
about in their
Felicia
prime
Rashad.
though. I'm there in their
That's
prime.
dope.
In their
That's
prime.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Shake her hand for me, please. Tell her Kush
Is she
on the
still- is she
podcast.
still
saying,
married to Amara
I
Rashad?
love both of them as the OGs
No,
who started
no.
this business.
Is she not married?
She
Is she
not-
still married at all?
Who?
Felicia Rashad.
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, Claire Huxtable.
This nigga.
Y'all are ridiculous.
This
bro.
nigga crazy.
Y'all are ridiculous.
Yo.
This nigga crazy.
But look, she would hit you with "Let the record show."
Look, but look, for those who haven't seen David Makes Man, make sure y'all check out that first episode so y'all understand what's going on. In the second episode, for
You
my
mean
man
the second
Kwame,
the first season? The
Yeah,
first season. Go and check out the first season.
Yeah, you
Our
got
David
First season
Makes
is on
Man.
HBO Max right now too.
All right, yeah. So go to HBO Max. You know what I'm saying? Check out David Makes Man.
the first
Kwame
season,
has
so
a
you
couple
understand what's
appearances
going
there.
on in the second season with
And
my
then
man
y'all
Kwame.
gonna get ready for season 2 that drops June 22nd on the OWN network. Kwame, tell the people where they can follow you at.
You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's my name, Kwame
Give him
Patterson.
give him the handle. Nigga,
Yeah.
you can follow me on.
Let him get to it.
Shut up.
It's all one thing. He's trying to tell you all the things and be like, nigga, it's Kwame Patterson on everything.
I think y'all need
Kwame
a
Patterson on that. Spell it out for him in case they don't know how to spell
But you're
it.
used to this shit in the
hug.
bar, so you
I
know.
know. That's why I say y'all need a hug. Y'all are.
Nah, Kwame, it's a running joke between me and this nigga on every episode. We
Yeah.
got a timer running. How soon they start fighting?
Well, they
how
start
quick
fighting,
they
I
start
know.
fighting?
Well,
and
look.
they
all the time.
all the time.
Anyway,
All right, well, cut the
spell
shit,
your
shit.
handle out for them so they'll know how to, you know what I'm saying, for those who can't spell.
KWAME and Patterson, PATTERSON.
For sure.
That's
Also,
what's up.
too, listen, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube, Barbershop Talk Like This. Also, too, you can drop us a line if you got some topics or some people that you want us to try to interview. You know what I'm saying? It's btld@gmail.com. So, you know what I'm saying? So, also, too, the Instagram is also barbershop talk like this.
This. With a
it's-
DISS.
and underscores in between each word. So this has been another episode of Barbershop Talk Like This. I'm your host, Trey the Barber.
And this year, the host, Dice the Barber.
Kush over here always.
Kwame Patterson.
And we out this bitch.
Peace.